Hi there, this is Philip from Beyond the Tabletop. This is the last video in my series of how I built my Halfling team, the Jammy Dodgers. This video is all about the star players. Now I've got 3 star players here. I've got my go-to guy, Deeproot Strongbranch. He's a treeman with strength 7. I've also got a down counter. Now there's no rules for him in the current edition of the 2016 version of the game as it stands. I'm sure they will come out at some point. However, most leagues still support the Warhammer Blood Bowl, which features all the old star players. I've also got Grak and Crumbleberry. These are the Warhammer World exclusive items, and I was really lucky that a friend managed to pick these up for me on his visit up there. So here is Deeproot Strongbranch. His main feature is his mossy beard that I created out of green stuff. It was pretty straightforward. It was just a matter of clumping on lots of green stuff and then using a modelling tool just to stretch and pull the green stuff to create the moss. It's very similar to how people create fur, so check out videos on YouTube if you want to see how that's done in more detail. You can see a few different shades of green. That's because I built it up over several sessions, just getting it to the size that I wanted. You can also see he's got a slight little tash going on just above his mouth. Now this covers most of the face. This is the alternative head from the Ent kit. If I just bring in one of my normal treatment, you can see the difference in the 2 heads. This one's a bit more stockier, whereas the other one has a big long nose and a big branch coming out as a little peak to his head. With Deeproot I went for a really dynamic running pose. He's holding a massive boulder there that he's going to use to smash people in his head. I also saw this as a good way to represent his additional strength in comparison to the normal treatment. To do the running pose I had to carefully cut away part of the base of the tree just so I could have this leg tilting forwards, because normally it goes directly upright. Which is why I then had to green stuff at the front of the feet. You can see here on the other foot I managed to save one and add it to the middle bit, but then I green stuffed the other 2. I then created more mushrooms on his foot just to tie in with the plastic ones. And then I removed some plastic detail on his other foot, which has just a couple of vines growing up his foot. This is to keep each of the legs a little bit more unique in comparison to the other treeman. As you can see, I've done some more green stuffing in terms of mushrooms and growths just to tie the 2 parts of the legs together, and then green stuffing all the gaps as usual. At the front of the base I've got a single magnet. This is because I've created a magnetised football. And again, all my star players only have one, whereas all my other players have several magnets. This is because I have skill tokens. Be sure to check out my other treatment video to see those in more detail. To go alongside Deeproot, I've got a matching down counter. As I said in the treatment video, each kit comes with 2 heads, one in this style and then one in the alternative head style, which I've used on the treatment. So because I did 2 treatment using the other head style, this meant I had 2 heads spare. I used one for the down counter. I did this in the exact same way as the treatment kit, just mounting it to the base and using green stuff to fill in the gaps. And then for Deeproot, just detailing on his mossy beard, again using green stuff. As I mentioned in the treatment video, the down counter will just replace the treatment. The down counter is just a space saver. It doesn't show whether the model is face up or face down. Instead, I'll have Deeproot off to one side of the pitch and I'll have that model facing up or facing down. I'll quickly show you Grak and Crumbleberry. They are as they come models. I've done 0 conversion on them. However, this guy can also act as my Ogre if I get the They Think It's All Ogre special play card. So that's why I'm going to paint these guys up now. Here is Crumbleberry. He's a fantastic little model. Now currently he's the only Halfling player model that they've done in the current 2016 range. There's also the Halfling ref that Forge World produced. Now this guy can double up as Puggy Baconbreath. He's a star player, again not in the current 2016 edition, but still supported by the NAF. So those are all the star players that I'll want to use for my Halfling team. This is the last video in the series. If you haven't checked out the other videos covering the Jammy Dodgers, please do check them out in the playlist. I've done a video each covering the Halflings, the coaching staff and the treeman. I hope you've enjoyed this series. If you have, please do give me a comment down below. These guys are now all ready to paint up, so if you're interested in seeing how the finished models will look, please do hit that subscribe button. Until the next video, take care.